Okay, I thought it would have said it was recording. It didn't say it out loud, but it says recording at the top of my screen. So, I'm gonna turn it over to Bob, and I appreciate you being here. If you guys are not following him on social media, I highly recommend you start following him. And if you are in the Phoenix area, so is Bob. So, Bob, there's four, I guess half of this Zoom right now are Phoenix people. So,
Awesome.
and Austin, who was on and d disappeared, he's also in the Phoenix area.
Okay.
But
Well, welcome to all the Arizona people. Well, it's still somewhat nice before the 4 months of absolute living on the surface of the sun. So, um, thank you, Alicia, for having me on. I will be cognizant of the time because I know you guys have a lot of stuff, but Alicia wanted me to come on, talk about a couple different things that I think can really help. I like the conversation. I obviously wasn't here for the whole thing, but from a failure perspective, listen, everybody fails. I've yet to meet a person in my almost 50 years of existence who's never failed at something,
right,
right? So everybody fails. It's just a matter of what do you learn from the failure, right? And if you make yourself better from it, then it's absolutely something that you should go through and experience it. It's going to suck while you go through it, but just learn from it and move on. So with that being said, just a few things I wanted to talk to everybody about. This is a very informal thing. If you're, like Alicia said, if you're not following me on social media, whether it be LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, follow me, shoot me an email if you're not getting my marketing stuff. So I work with Sierra Pacific / Union Home Mortgage. We kind of merged companies, so I'm the rep for Nexa for those companies. Um, you know, I've been doing this since 1995. My whole career has been spent in the TPO space. So if you are originally from the retail space and you're now here, welcome, because the retail space sucks. I can just say that because I've never been in it and I've only been in wholesale, so retail sucks. Um, so, you know, please, I do a weekly video series called Broker Business with Bob. I'm not here to sell you a bunch of stuff, right? There's lots of ways to do this business. There's lots of people who will call and try and sell you everything and ask you for their loans. Obviously, it's a partnership, it's a relationship. I've built my business on believing that if I educate you as an originator, since I'm an AE, and provide you something that maybe you didn't know or a way that you can grow your business, then our relationship and partnership will grow and you'll send me loans. And at the end of the day, we'll both flourish and we'll both be successful. So follow me for that. I'm just going to share my screen for just a few minutes. And again, guys, if you have questions, please just shout out. This is a very informal thing. So don't worry about, making sure that you're being politically correct or something else along those lines. Can everybody
I already
can
said
everybody see
fucked
my
it up.
can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So a couple things that I just want to highlight, and I'm not going to go through all this stuff for the sake of time, and not everything applies to everybody. So one of the big things that we do here that pretty much is better than any other place that I've seen, and I know Bray wants to say that. So we have a product for VA IRRRLs and FHA streamlines where we do not need a credit report, right? We can do one of two things. We can either get a mortgage-only credit report that you provide to us that has no FICO score, or because we all know that credit reports today cost as much as my car did 25 years ago, you can get a mortgage history or a VOM basically from the borrower's current servicer in lieu of a mortgage-only credit report. The loan is priced assuming a 680 credit score. So it doesn't matter if your borrower has a 510 or a 490 or a 570 or a 610. We're giving them pricing at a 680 with no FICO score. All that's required, it meets all the normal Ginnie Mae, FHA, VA requirements for recoup and seasoning. The mortgage just has to be current in the last 12 months. Now, one of the questions that people ask is, what if the loan's only been in place for 10 months? Then the loan just has to have been current for the last 10 months. As long as it meets the seasoning of 210 days, which is what VA and FHA require, and we're paying that loan off, we just need to ensure that the borrower has not been 30 days late or more since the loan has been in inception or up to a year's period of time. So a great way to be able to do streamlines and EARLs, especially for your borrowers that don't have the quote unquote perfect credit, you get a much more competitive price than you do anywhere else on the street. From a conventional perspective, we do follow Fannie and Freddie. If you're not aware, they both removed minimum FICO requirements probably 6 months ago. So we do not have a minimum FICO requirement on conventional loans. Doesn't matter what their credit score is. If you get AUS approval, we're good, right? In addition to that, if you have borrowers who, subscribed to the Dave Ramsey School of Finance, where you don't get credit for anything, and you pull their credit score and it just says no FICO available, we have no FICO programs available as well for conventional. You just pull a credit report with no FICO scores, run your AUS, you get your AUS approval, and we move on, and you have a product for somebody. So outside of everything else, those are a couple different things. Couple other things I just wanted to highlight for you. DSCR, we let you originate in 43 states without you having to be licensed as an LO. I can provide you guys a flyer later. I can send it to Alicia to get out to her entire, downline. And it shows every state in the U.S. and what states do and don't require you as the LO to be licensed. Great way for you to grow your business in places that you may not necessarily already be licensed in. And then a couple other things just to point out, using lender credit to cover borrower paid comp. So everybody knows how lender paid comp works, right? Most lenders in our space, if you're doing a borrower paid loan, you cannot use the lender credit on the rate chosen to be able to offset your borrower paid comp. At our organization, we're perfectly fine with you doing that. The only caveat is let's say you're going to charge 2% in borrower paid comp. You just need to make sure that the rate you choose has at least a 2% lender credit. And as long as it does, then you can use the lender credit to completely offset your borrower paid comp and apply it directly to that, which is just a great way for you to be more competitive and find a lender that helps you do more loans, whereas most lenders won't let you apply that lender credit to your comp.
That's awesome.
One of the other big. Can I ask a question on that, Bob, real quick?
Please. Yeah.
So, can I do brokered that way, or do I still need to go non-down?
No, you can do. That's when I'm talking about borrower paid, I'm talking about brokered loans specifically.
Okay. Thank you.
So brokered loans, you just do a borrower paid comp, and as long as you price it with enough lender credit to cover your comp, then you're good. Odd term amortization is another one. When the refi market comes, whether it comes, it will come eventually at someday. It's just a matter of what do we call a refi market, right? 20 and 21 are gone. They're not coming back, in my opinion. But there will come a time when a lot of refis come, right? And so somebody who may necessarily have taken out a loan in 2022 or 2023 doesn't want to refi back to a 30-year term. With us, because we service 100% of all of our conventional and government loans, we allow you to pick a custom amortization term from anywhere from 8 to 30 years. So if you've got somebody who's got 24 years left on their loan and they don't want to go back to 30, do a 24-year fixed rate loan for them. You want somebody who wants an 18-year term, do an 18-year term. This works really well for refis, and a lot of people already know that. But I think one thing that I talk to LOs about a lot that most of them don't seem to know is this is an awesome way to turn loans on a purchase that may not necessarily get an AUS approval when you first run it on a 30-year fixed. For instance, on FHA loans, you run a loan FHA, you get a refer. In a lot of cases, if you run that same FHA loan and change your amortization to 28 years or 29 years or 27 years, all of a sudden, miraculously, FHA total scorecard will take your refer and turn it into an approved eligible. Nothing else on the loan has changed outside of the fact that now you're doing a 27-year or 28-year amortization as opposed to a 30-year amortization. So don't just immediately stop if you get that refer on your first run of AUS at a 30-year option. Really look at choosing different amortization options. And it's a great way for you to take loans you didn't think you might be able to do into loans that you can absolutely do for your customers. Another thing, you can talk to your underwriters. Look, loans aren't easy, guys. We all know that. Your underwriter's name, phone number, and email are listed in the loan. You can call our company. It has a firm belief, and you can call and talk directly to your underwriter. You don't have to file a ticket. You don't have to stand on your head and recite the alphabet backwards. You don't have to, know the secret decoder ring to get into the special club. Just simply pick up the phone and call your underwriter and get the answer that you want, or call me and I'll help you get the answer. But it seems very simple, but it's something that makes a huge difference to a lot of people when we're doing loans. And then really the other thing is you can have VA loans. This is another big one that a lot of people don't understand. If you're doing a VA loan, we all know that VA typically says, as a rule, you can't charge more than a 1% origination fee on a VA loan if you're doing borrower paid compensation. However, on a purchase, if you're doing a VA loan, you can charge whatever borrower paid comp you want, with the caveat that as long as you have enough seller credit to cover what you're charging. So if you've got a VA loan and the borrower's negotiated a 2% seller credit, and you want to charge the borrower 2% borrower paid comp on a VA loan, we will absolutely close that loan and let you do that. We just take the 2% seller credit and apply it to the borrower paid compensation. I'm not aware of maybe one other lender out there that allows this. So it's a really good way for you to help more veterans and help you guys get some more VA loans. So, again, for the sake of time, I know you guys have more stuff to discuss after I'm done, but please, reach out, let me know how I can help you guys. I've been doing this, like I said, for a very, very long period of time. I've seen a lot of different things. There's not another AE, and I'm not trying to be a cocky bastard, but there's not another AE who knows more than I do or can help you more than I can, right? Just like LOs, right? There's a huge range of knowledge from LOs. There's a huge range in account executives at different lenders. You got people who were a Target cashier 2 days ago and now are an account executive. And then you've got people like me who have done it for 30 years and can actually provide you some help. So, reach out, let me know how I can, help you guys. For those of you in the Arizona market, as Alicia mentioned, I'm in Chandler. I love meeting my customers in person. I'm a big believer in old school business, right? Like I can be on 1,000 Zoom calls and phone calls, but nothing takes the place of meeting face to face, breaking bread, having lunch, having dinner, having coffee, whatever it happens to be. You want Diet Coke? My wife loves Diet Coke. You want to sit down and have a Diet Coke somewhere? We can have a Diet Coke. Whatever it is that works for you. Maybe not tequila before 2:00 in the afternoon, but we can always do that afterwards. But finding out how we can do that. If you guys want to put together something and go in front of a room of real estate agents or other people and you want somebody to help you and speak, I'm happy to do that. I've done that more times than I can possibly count in my career. So just take advantage of resources, I guess, would be my biggest message to you as LOs. Don't feel like you don't have help. You've got Alicia's help. You've got a lot of great people at Nexa who can help you. But also reach out to your AEs, right? Understand who can help you, who's willing to help you, and put together a game plan on how you can, reach more people and grow your business. So that's my 30 seconds. But please, if you are not following me, if you're not getting my emails, please send me an email, follow me on social media, and let me know what I can do to help.
Awesome. What questions do you guys have for him?
Very talkative group on a Friday morning at 9:41.
Right now on social media, so I can follow him.
Say that one more time.
Sam?
I said I'm looking you up right now on social media so I can follow you. And social media for me is like a cuss word, so bear with me. I'm trying to find.
Hey, listen, my kids. I have a 16-year-old and a 14-year-old daughter. they cringe the fact that I'm even on social media because they're like, Dad, it's so embarrassing, right? And I am not a social media guy. You'll notice my social media is all business related social media. I'm not going to post that I had a tuna fish sandwich for lunch yesterday or that I'm going to Taco Bell for lunch because frankly, nobody cares, right? So
Wait,
my social
foodies
media
care. Foodies do care.
I'm sure that they do. I'm just not that guy. So,
Bob,
that's
Bob, I asked one of my girls, how do I get a Twitter account? And she looked at me like, Dad, that's for young people. That's not for you. So
correct. Yeah. Yes. I only have Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. I'm not doing any of the other nonsense. So, that's enough for me to reach as many of the people as I need to reach.
Yeah.
Any other questions for you guys?
Nope.
Okay. No, Alicia, thank you for having me on. I know the time's valuable, so continue on with your great call. And again, guys, if I can help any of you, please reach out at any time and let me know, whether it's in person, over the phone, whatever you want to do. Happy to help and look forward to talking to all of you.
Okay, before you leave, last chance, you guys, any questions? Because when I asked it the first time, it looked like some people were like going to unmute. Then they sat back. All right, maybe not. Well, thank you, Bob. I appreciate you being here. I know that you are a wealth of knowledge, and I love following you on social. You guys, Bob and I first connected, I think it was on LinkedIn. And then when I met him in person, I was like, wait, I think we're in Scottsdale or something. And I was like, you live here?
Exactly. That's the crazy thing about social media, right? Like, you don't know where anybody's from. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, you live 6 miles down the road from me. That's crazy.
Right? So he's a great resource, you guys. And if you've never worked with him, give him a shot for sure.
Perfect. Thank you, everybody. Have a great Friday. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms on the call.
Thank you.
The unsung heroes of the world. I don't just say that because I'm on with moms, but moms have a thankless job. My mom had to put up with me, and God bless her for having to do that. So there you go. Have a great day, everybody.
All right, you too. Let's get into our wins and our fuck-ups this week. I want to celebrate both. Let's be a little different. Who's going first?
I can go first.
Awesome.
I had 2 strong pre-approvals that have written offers today. So hopefully, I'm pretty sure one will come over, but maybe 2 new contracts. And I sat down with 2 financial planners to discuss reverse mortgages. I'm finding that's a really good